The alphas arrived in silence. No warning beacons, no ritual challenge calls. Just 6 massive warships slipping out of folded space above the small human medical station orbiting the brown dwarf LZ-417. Their hulls were scarred, old, revered. These were not diplomats. They were collectors of the dead. Dr. Hannah Ivers felt the vibration through the deck plates before the alarms even sounded. She was already running down the corridor when the station AI confirmed what her instincts screamed. "They're here for him." Someone whispered over comms. Hannah didn't slow down. The cub lay inside the medical bay, surrounded by softly glowing life support fields. Its body was small compared to its species adults, furred, feline-like, with armored ridges along its spine and a faint, rhythmic rise and fall of its chest. Weeks ago, it had been found drifting in a shattered escape pod near a battle zone. No pack, no signal, no chance. According to every database, it should have died within hours. But humans had found it. Burned, dehydrated, organs failing. Hannah remembered the debate clearly. It's not our species. It's classified as an apex predator. We don't even know if it's sapient at that stage. She had overridden them all. Life doesn't need permission, she'd said.
Get me a med rig.
She hadn't known then that the cub was royalty. Only later did they learn the truth. The cub carried the genetic markers of an alpha lineage, future leader of a predator hierarchy that ruled entire systems through strength and fear. And now, the alphas had come. The docking clamps engaged with a thunderous finality. The station crew gathered in the central atrium, unarmed. Not because they were brave, but because they knew weapons would mean nothing. The alphas emerged, towering, muscular, eyes like molten gold set into scarred faces. Their presence alone triggered primal fear responses in most species. They expected mourning. They expected remains. They expected a body to retrieve. Instead, the High Alpha saw humans standing calmly between him and the medical bay. "You harbor our dead," the Alpha rumbled. "Return what is ours." Hannah stepped forward, heart hammering, but voice steady. "He's alive." Silence crashed down harder than any roar. "That is impossible," another Alpha snarled. The cub was marked for death by the void. Wood disagreed. Hannah replied. A low growl rippled through the Alpha ranks. "You interfered with fate," the High Alpha said. "Why?" Hannah didn't hesitate. Because he was breathing. They allowed the Alphas into the medical bay. They expected rage. They expected slaughter. What they did not expect was stillness. The cub stirred as the Alpha leader approached. Its eyes fluttered open, clouded, weak, but aware. And then it did something no Alpha had ever witnessed. It reached out. A small paw, scared, trembling, touched Hannah's wrist. The cub did not look at the Alphas. It looked at the human. The room changed. Every Alpha felt it, a resonance in the blood, a signal older than language. Imprint. The cub had bonded, not to its pack, to a human. The High Alpha staggered back a step. "This cannot be undone," he said, voice unsteady. Hannah nodded. "We know." The Alphas began to argue among themselves, deep, thunderous exchanges layered with pheromonal signals that made the human's skin crawl. Bonding outside the hierarchy was forbidden. A bonded Alpha cub was no longer neutral. It was altered. "This human has corrupted it," one Alpha declared. "The cub must be ended." The cub whimpered. Hannah moved instantly, placing herself between the Alphas and the bed. "If you harm him," she said quietly, "you'll have to go through us." The Alphas stared at her. Not with anger, with confusion. "You are prey," one Alpha said. "You cannot stop us." Hannah met its gaze. "Well, no," she said, "but we will try anyway." The cub tightened its grip on her wrist, and that was when the humans learned something terrifying. Medical scans flared to life without human input. The cub's bio readings spiked. Its heart rate stabilized. Its neural activity surged. Dormant genetic pathways activated, pathways even the alphas had believed myth. The high alpha froze. Impossible, he whispered. The cub's bond with Hannah had triggered an ancient failsafe embedded in alpha bloodlines, a survival adaptation that only activated under one condition. When an alpha cub chose a protector stronger than fear, humans had not dominated the cub. They had earned it. The cub sat up, unsteady but determined, placing itself slightly in front of Hannah, protecting her. The alphas lowered their heads instinctively, a sign of recognition. The judgment was never spoken aloud. It wasn't needed. The high alpha knelt. So did the others. They did not kneel to the cub. They knelt to the bond. You saved what we believed lost, the high alpha said. Not through strength, but refusal to abandon. Hannah's voice shook. Has not yours to take. The alpha studied her for a long moment, then nodded. He is not ours anymore, he said. He is shared. The alpha fleet departed without a single threat fired. In the cycles that followed, the galaxy changed. Predator species revised their doctrines. Human medical stations received unprecedented protection. And the cub, once marked for death, grew into something new. Not just an alpha, but a bridge. And whenever the alphas spoke of humanity afterward, they did not speak of weapons. They spoke of a species that looked at death and simply said, no.